So you're thinking about moving right here to Houston, Texas, and you're looking for the perfect neighborhood. Maybe you're doing your research and you're coming to find that there is a certain type of neighborhood that exists in Houston that may not exist where you live, and that is called a master planned community. And in today's video, I'm gonna walk you through the top 8 reasons you should consider moving to a master planned community. I personally live in one myself. I've lived there almost 5 years, and I love it. And so we're gonna tease out what a master planned community is, how it's different than maybe some of the neighborhoods that you're used to, and really walk you through all of the finer points to see if a master planned community is gonna be best for you and your family. So let's get after it right now. So before we dive in to the top 8 reasons you should pick a master plan community, I'm gonna tell you what a master plan community is. It's nothing crazy. All it is a developer goes out and they buy a really large piece of land with the goal of developing it. And then what they do is they'll actually come up with a grand plan and they'll develop it section by section. And then they'll invite different builders who aren't the developer to come in and build homes in the neighborhood, which offers a wide variety of different housing options. They typically will break up sections into different lot sizes, and then they'll bring in different builders, and sometimes you'll have 2 to 3 different builders building on the different lot sizes. And here in the Houston area, we'll see master plan communities on the smaller side running about 500 to 700 acres, and then you'll see some massive master planned communities that are over 20,000 acres. And so we cover them in a ton of our other videos. You may have noticed if you've scrolled through our playlist, we've got videos on pretty much every single master planned community in Houston. But this video is breaking down what they are and why you might want to live in one. So let's get into reason number 1. So reason number 1 that you're going to want to live in a master plan community is for new construction. If you're anything like myself, when my wife and I were moving here to the Houston area after living in Austin for a while, we really wanted a new home. We wanted our first home to be new construction. We wanted a clean slate. And so that's what initially made us gravitate towards these newer communities. But once we actually bought into a master plan community, some of the things that I loved about going the new construction route was not only is it a clean slate, no one's lived in there before, but it's more modern, it's updated, it's not old. You don't have to worry about any of the older features in homes. You don't have to worry about the air conditioner going out anytime soon or having to replace the roof, and everything is under warranty. And so not only do you get to pick out your floor plan, you get to pick out your color schemes, your flooring, and everything in between, but you're also getting that builder to stand by that product. So you can really take a deep breath and say, hey, I'm probably not gonna have any issues with the home for quite a while. So that's reason number 1 for living in a master plan community, is if you want new construction. Reason number 2 is gonna be the amenities. Really, master plan communities are set apart by their amenities. It's really what they're known for. There's really not a huge difference between master plan communities and some old neighborhoods other than them being new construction and being really well thought out and having tons of amenities. And when we're talking about amenities, I'm talking they have everything in these neighborhoods. And so we're gonna look through different master plan communities. They're gonna have different amenities, but really most of them are gonna have everything from resort style pools, splash pads for the kiddos to go and play out in the summer. You're gonna have water slides. You're gonna also have plenty of outdoor park spaces located all throughout the different neighborhoods. Some of the master plan communities will have one main amenity center complex with a park, the pool, and the playground all together. And then others will have different pocket parks spread out throughout the neighborhood. And some of them even have both. My neighborhood, for example, Grand Central Park, it actually has a gym. And so you've got access to that when you're a resident. And so it's a great place to go and get your exercise in. And then we also have a community center, and a lot of these different master plan communities are gonna have some form or another of a community center where you can go up for neighborhood events. They're also gonna have different event spaces. We've got a pavilion where a lot of the neighborhood events are hosted. We're also going to have dog parks. We've got small dog parks and little dog parks. You're also gonna have a lot of just outdoor hiking trail areas to go walk through the woods. You're gonna also have the opportunity to fish in a lot of these neighborhoods. You're gonna have lakes and ponds. A lot of them are stocked as well, and they're very family friendly. They're also aesthetically pleasing. And the list really goes on. I'm trying to even think while we're here. I mean, I guarantee there are more amenities. Some of the neighborhoods actually have restaurants inside of them, which is a really cool feature. We cover that in pretty much every single one of our vlogs on these master plan communities. We show you all of the amenities. So if you have specific questions, definitely be sure to check those out. But that is number two. The main reason I would say that a lot of people gravitate towards master plan communities is going to be for the amenities. Now, reason number three, and this is probably one of the bigger, more important reasons to me personally that I chose to live in a master plan community, is they're family oriented. And so one of the things that I think a lot of people probably won't talk about is when you're buying a home, you're not just buying the home, you really are buying the community. And I have fallen in love with my community here in Grand Central Park and all of the different people that we've met along the way. And there's something about a new community that attracts people in a similar stage of life. Now, I'm not saying that master plan communities are just for young families. We have all walks of life and all different ages in these master plan communities. However, I will say if you are in the same stage of life as me or you've got kids, there's really no better place to raise them. I've got a daughter and a little son on the way, and I am just so excited that they get to grow up in a neighborhood with tons of kids. We've got 15 kids just on our street alone. We've got over 30 different couples in a group text that all hang out and go to these neighborhood events together. And so it really is so family oriented. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is to not just have a cool house, but to have a cool community. So reason number four, I already touched on it a little bit, but part of that community aspect is going to be neighborhood events. When you live in these type of communities, a lot of them are going to have a full-time director of fun, and their job is to plan neighborhood events throughout the year that really help facilitate that community that I'm harping on. And that has been one way that my wife and I have really been able to connect and meet our neighbors, is going to these events. And a lot of them are really cool events. They're gonna have Easter egg hunts for the kids. You're gonna have casino nights for the adults with an open bar, with prizes for your winnings, and everything in between. You got 4th of July parades, you've got Memorial Day pool parties, and the list really goes on. There's pretty much a neighborhood event weekly in some of these neighborhoods. If not weekly, they're gonna be monthly. And so depending on the community, they'll have obviously different event schedules, but for the most part, no matter what master plan community you end up in here in the Houston area, they're gonna have neighborhood events, and it really sets these neighborhoods apart from other types of neighborhoods. Reason number 5 for buying in a master plan community is going to be the home equity appreciation. What I mean by that is when you buy in these communities that are in the early stages of development, you're buying into the vision of what they can be. Now, some of these developments, if you're buying right now, are pretty far along and you can already see what they're going to be. But in my instance, and in a lot of instances, if the earlier you buy in one of these newer communities, the better a financial decision it is, because over time, new builders are going to continue to build, the prices of the homes are going to go up, and your home is going to appreciate. And so it's been the best financial decision we ever made to buy in one of these communities early on. We're on our second home inside of the same neighborhood, and we have seen quite a gain in equity, and so have our clients, and so have our friends in our neighborhood. And so that's reason number 5 to buy in one of these communities, is because your equity is really protected. Whenever you're buying in one of these communities, typically it's in a developing area, and they're going to start to bring a lot of the amenities to you, like commercial development, which is bringing businesses, which is bringing jobs, which is really ultimately just helping support the value of your home. So that's reason number 5, is for home equity appreciation. Number 6 is going to be convenience. It is exceptionally convenient being able to hop in a golf cart and drive up to the grocery store at the front of our neighborhood, go grab a quick cup of coffee, possibly even go up to Dick's Sporting Goods, grab some fishing gear, and head on over to the lake to go fishing, and everything in between. We've got Home Goods at the front of our neighborhood, which was awesome whenever we were actually moving into our home, because we could run 3 minutes up to the front of the neighborhood, grab what we wanted, put it in the house, see if it fits, and return it if it didn't. And so having that commercial convenience is non-negotiable for me personally. and having experienced it, I can never go back the other direction. Now, not all master plan communities are going to have commercial development right at the front of them, but most of them have plans for that. So it really just depends on the specific community and where they're at in their development cycle. But most, if not all, of the master plan communities here in the Houston area, the developers are going to factor in some type of commercial development to support all of those households around there. And so number 6 is going to be those convenient shopping amenities. Number 7, it's going to be an HOA. It's going to be having a homeowners association. We get a lot of clients that reach out and they've got a bad taste in their mouth because they've had a bad experience with HOAs in the past. They don't want to be told what to do. But let me tell you, I have had a really great experience living in our community with our homeowners association. And some of the things that I value about the HOA are the fact that I can rest assured that all of the homes in the neighborhood are going to have a cohesive look. And ultimately, that's going to translate to protecting my property value. So the pride of ownership across the neighborhood is upheld to certain standards when you live in one of these communities with a pretty strict HOA. And when I say strict, I've actually never run into any issues with them. I think I've gotten a letter one time that I left my trash cans out for too long, and that was my fault. And so ultimately, it's one of those things where maybe you don't want to live in one of these neighborhoods if you want to park a bunch of cars in your front yard. But if that's not what you're looking to do, and you don't want your neighbor to park a bunch of cars in their front yard or have junk lying around, then being in one of these neighborhoods, the HOA could actually be really beneficial. They're also going to be able to help you with things if you want to make modifications to your home. You can talk with them. They'll give you ideas for how to do it the right way versus how to do it the wrong way. So reason number 7 is the HOAs. In my experience, they've actually been very good. Hey, real quick, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Houston, Texas, the best thing you can do is subscribe to our channel. We come out with weekly videos that will keep you up to date on everything going on right here in Houston. My name is Kyler Ferris. I'm the broker owner of Ferris Realty, and we really do get calls, texts, and emails every single day and night from people just like you watching our videos online, trying to figure out if Houston's the right fit for them. So don't be shy. Go ahead and reach out to us. We've got a survey link in the comments below. That's the best way to get in touch with us. Fill that out, a member of our team will reach out immediately, and that will allow us to help you make a smooth move right here to Houston, Texas. And last but not least, reason number 8 to live in a master plan community is going to be you're going to get the opportunity to work with trusted builders. See, when a developer goes out and they buy a couple thousand acres and they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars developing a community, the very last thing that they want to do is bring in a builder that's going to give a bad experience to the home buyers in that community. And so that being said, typically what you're going to see in these larger master plan communities is you're going to see top tier builders in those communities. They don't want any riffraff. They don't want builders that aren't honoring their home warranties or having construction issues or construction delays. And so ultimately, it's a litmus test for good builders. And so when you walk into these master plan communities, you'll start to pick up on a pattern. Now, not all of the builders build in every single community, but as you go from one community to another, typically you're going to start to see an overlap. You'll see Perry Homes and Weston Homes and Drees, and the list goes on, Highland Homes, and they're all going to be in the different communities here in and around the Houston area. And so a lot of people ask us, well, which builders are good? Well, if they make it into these master plan communities, you're probably not going to have any issues. So that's reason number 8. When you buy in a master plan community, you're going to get access to trusted builders. Now, just because we did a top 8 doesn't mean that there aren't other reasons to live here. I could list plenty more, but those really categorically are the main reasons that I personally love living in a master plan community and reasons that you might love living here too. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. We will respond to you. And if you're actually thinking about moving here or you're planning a trip to come and visit the area, like we always say, don't be shy. Go ahead and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a quick email, or drop down in the comments below. You'll see a link to a survey. If you fill that out, it'll just take you 2 seconds and one of our team members will reach out immediately. That's the best way to get in touch with us. And then that will allow us to start helping you make your smooth move right here to Houston, Texas. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.